Hi students, today we are going to deal with the second module, organizing and graphing data of your paper social statistics. In this section, first we will study about raw data. Data recorded in the sequence in which they are collected and before they are processed or ranked are called raw data. This raw data collected for the purpose of a statistical inquiry sometimes consists of a few fairly simple figures. When raw data are collected, the information obtained for each member of a population or sample is recorded in the sequence in which it becomes available. This sequence of data recording is random and unranked. Such data, before they are grouped or ranked, are called raw data. Categorizing this raw data into various classification and types is known as organization. You know about classification. It is a process of arranging, sorting, and categorizing raw data in groups or classes according to their resemblance and requirements. Basic need for classification of statistical data in social sciences are it was to simplify and condense the large number of data in easily understandable form. The classified data are gave a summary of the whole information. So we may say the classification is the process of summarizing the data. Next, tabulation. You are also familiar with the word tabulation. Tabulation refers to the actual sorting and placing of the data in well-designed and systematic tables according to a given mode of classification. Tabulation may be defined as systematic arrangement of data in columns and rows. It is designed to simplify presentation of data for the purpose of analysis and statistical inference. Thus, tabulation as the logical and systematic organization of statistical data in rows and columns. It is designed to simplify presenting and facilitate analysis. Next, the advantages of tabulation. Tabulation helps to express the information in concise, attractive, and easy to read and understandable form. It also helps to the detection of errors in the data. Tabulation also facilitates comparison of two or more sets of data gathered on the same characteristics. The row and column headings arrangements in tables eliminate the necessity of repeating explanatory details. Next, two types of statistical data. Statistical data can be normally be divided into two major categories such as qualitative and quantitative. You know, qualitative deals with description and quantitative deals with numerical figures. Another important area of social statistics is frequency distribution table. A frequency distribution table divides observations we collected in the data set into conveniently established numerically ordered groups or categories. The number of observations in each class is referred to as frequency. By forming a frequency distribution of quantitative and qualitative data, we are actually summarizing the data effectively. It is a method of presenting the data in summarized form. Then the importance of graphs and diagrams in statistics. With the help of figure or diagrams, we can simplify and condense the large mass of data. Different types of graphs and diagrams are a method of presenting the huge mass of numerical figures so that they can appeal to the eye and the mind of a common man. Bar graph, pie diagram, histogram, and polygon are the some ways to represent statistical data. First one is bar diagram. A basic form of diagrammatic representation is bar diagram. Bar diagram consists of a series of bars of equal width. The bars stand on a common baseline with equal gap between one bar and other. The bars may be either horizontal or vertical. Next, pie diagram. In the pie diagram, the circle is partitional into various sections representing the proportions of various components as was done in the case of partitioning of bars. For drawing the pie diagram, it is necessary to express the value of each category as a percentage of the total. Next, frequency distribution for quantitative data. A frequency distribution for quantitative data lists all the classes and the number of values that belong to each class. Data presented in the form of a frequency distribution are called group data. Next, histogram. Histogram is one of the most popular and commonly used devices for presenting continuous frequency distribution. It consists in erecting a series of adjacent vertical bars. These bars are erected on the horizontal axis. The width of the bar erected and is proportional to the frequencies of corresponding classes. The last one, frequency polygon. Frequency polygon is a graph of frequency distribution. Frequency polygon is one of the ways to display interval ratio distribution. It shows the differences in frequencies or percentages among categories of an interval ratio variation. Next, the statistical series. When the items collected are arranged according to some logical order, it becomes a series. If two variable qualities can be arranged side by side so that measurable differences in the one correspond with the measurable differences in the other, the result is said to form a statistical series. Statistical series can be divided into three types on the basis of their construction: individual series, discrete series, and continuous series. Individual series. In individual series, items are listed singly, showing the observation rating to them. For example, the marks obtained by 10 students in English can be shown in an individual series. Next, discrete series. In a discrete series, the exact measurement of various items are shown. For example, daily wages of various workers. In continuous series, measurement are approximate and therefore they are expressed in class intervals. In a continuous class, intervals are continuously shown from the beginning to end. For example, age distribution.